Chapter 51, Gate of the Undying Flame Location, Core Underworld, Threshold of the Eternal Flame Environmental Buff, Absolute Flame Pressure, Continual Stamina Drain unless key output is balanced, Threat Tier, Apex Class Echo Construct Current Ages, Daiko, 16 Karo, 17 Zarek, 20 Power Levels, Pre-Gate Activation Daiko, 24,500 Karo, 23,750 Zarek, 23,100. The gate roared open with a sound that was less heard and more felt, a grinding of fate itself. Waves of searing pressure poured forth, forcing the trio to stagger. "Damn," Zarek muttered, gritting his teeth. "Feels like it's trying to melt my blood." Karo's eyes glowed faintly. "No, it's purifying us." Burning off hesitation. Daiko stared ahead. Inside, a vast cathedral of blackened flame stretched in impossible directions. Lava-like rivers of red-gold energy carved patterns in the air, forming a spiraling nexus of light and time at the chamber's core. Hovering above it. System alert, boss encounter, Echo Construct, Varnak, Flamekeeper of the Undying Gate origin, unknown. Possibly ancient Scion Namekian fusion from long-lost war. Power level, 36,000. Trait, Flame of Continuity, revives once unless burned by internal key-based finisher. Special condition, fight must be concluded within 10 minutes. Chamber collapses upon failure. Round 1, opening the firestorm. Varnak descended, wreathed in twin flames, blue on the left, white on the right. Only those who embrace what they were and reject what they must become will be extinguished. The fight erupted. Zarek launched first, spiraling forward with a double helix kick enhanced by spiral form shift. His strike connected, but Varnak didn't budge, grabbing Zarek midair and slamming him downward, shattering the platform. Daiko rushed in behind, activating Silent Starfist with key surge limit x2. His speed blurred, just enough to dodge Varnak's returning blow. His uppercut cracked the Guardian's jaw, but it was like striking volcanic steel. Karo held back, analyzing. Patterns reactive. He adapts every 10 seconds. Karo pulled back, gathering ki along the inner edge of his rifle-shaped forearm brace. The energy twisted. Deadeye spiral shot, ricochet mode. He fired. The blast bounced across 5 walls, striking Varnak in the back just as he swung at Daiko. The Guardian grunted, its armor cracked. Round 2. The Guardian's awakening. Varnak's flames dimmed, then reversed. They were now spiraling inward. Adaptation complete. The next strike from Varnak sent Daiko and Zarek flying. They hit the ground with such force the floor buckled under their ki. "He's draining our energy," Zarek gasped. He flipped the flame. Karo activated his focus lineage, slowing his perception of time. "Daiko, ready?" Daiko nodded. "Go loud." Karo surged forward, pulling Varnak's attention with 3 rapid spiral shots. Each missed on purpose, just enough to restrict movement. Daiko came in low key surge, limit burst x3. His aura ignited in layered gold-blue flames as Ghost Flare Pulse triggered point-blank inside Varnak's chest. The blast was massive, ripping through the chamber, incinerating an entire wing of the Nexus. Silence. Then. Alert, Varnak reviving. Internal burn check pending. Varnak's body started to reassemble only to halt. Its chest glowed from within. Ghost flare energy still churned. Confirmed, internal key burn successful. Varnak terminated. End of trial, gate accepted. The chamber calmed. The spiral nexus that had hovered behind Varnak slowly rotated downward, aligning with the floor. A bridge of golden flame extended. "Guess that's the real way forward," Zarek said, spitting blood. "We need rest," Karo added. "But, we won." Daiko looked to the gate. "We didn't win. We earned the right to keep going." Skill progression summary. Daiko, Ghost Flare Pulse, plus 8%, total 27%. Silent Starfist, plus 4%, total 20%. Key Surge Control, plus 3%. Karo, Deadeye Spiral Shot, plus 5%, total 21%. Focused Key Lineage, plus 4% Combat Precision Buffer, plus 3%. Zarek, Spiral Form Shift, plus 5%, total 20%. Adaptive absorption control, plus 4% energy skin, plus 3% power level gains, post-gate battle Daiko, plus 1,325,800 Karo, plus 1,224,950 Zarek. Plus 1,124,200 Chapter 52, The Spiral Nexus Core Location, Spiral Nexus Core, Dimensional Vein Layer Environmental Effect, Key Drift Field. All key attacks have randomized directional variance unless stabilized combat threat, multi-zone conflict potential, spatial anomalies confirmed current ages, Daiko, 16 Karo, 17 Zarek, 20 current power levels. Daiko, 25,800 Karo, 24,950 Zarek, 24,200. The golden bridge behind the gate of the undying flame vanished as Daiko, Karo, and Zarek stepped into the core of the spiral nexus. The air here was strange, thicker, like wading through energy itself. Dim trails of light curved and bent unnaturally in all directions. Feels like the space is alive, Karo muttered, adjusting his balance. It's trying to pull us apart. Zarek narrowed his eyes. That's not just space, it's time distortion. Our moves might not hit when we want. Daiko held out his hand and formed a simple key sphere. It floated straight for 2 seconds, then abruptly curved 90 degrees and exploded against the wall. System alert, combat adjustment required, key drift field active. Key-based attacks require enhanced stability. Focus physical strikes unaffected unless augmented by unstable key subzone. Memory reflection echoes. They advanced cautiously into a chamber lined with mirrored panels, each displaying hazy reflections of themselves in different states. Child versions. Older ones. Broken ones. Suddenly, 3 warped images stepped forward from the panels. Each was a twisted echo of the 3 warriors, darker, fiercer, nearly feral. Threat identified, Echo Daiko, power level, 25,000 Echo Karo, power level, 24,000 Echo Zarek, power level, 23,500 trait, timeline fragmentation, learning rate doubled during mirrored combat battle phase. Shadowed reflections. Daiko's echo struck first, silent, focused, brutally efficient. The real Daiko braced himself, countering with silent starfist, but the mirrored version copied it, matching his style move for move. I'm literally fighting my own instincts, he muttered. He narrowed his gaze, activating key surge limit X2, striking Y to create imbalance. The echo parried but missed the shift in pressure. Daiko followed with bursting palm comet, a newer technique born from training, sending his mirror flying into the wall. It dissolved into light. Across the room, Karo ducked beneath the twin shots of his reflection, their dead-eye spiral shots creating vortexes that warped the room. Karo dodged backwards and used the focus lineage pulse to redirect his own shot, hitting the echo from behind with a piercing arc. Zarek's battle was a storm of fists, energy clashes, and elemental surges from his mutated Majin ki pool. In the end, he let his body absorb a false hit, then retaliated with phase grind explosion, sending his copy into oblivion. The core reacts. The 3 mirrors cracked as the echoes faded. The room shifted, light pulsing through the floor. A voice emerged from the nexus itself, deep and layered. You are not just the sum of your strength. You are the truth that survives your worst version. From the center rose a stone pillar holding an orb pulsing with chaotic red-gold energy. Artifact acquired, Flameheart Core grants. Dimensional Stabilizer Effect, nullifies key drift field within 10 meters. Skill progression summary. Daiko Silent Starfist, plus 4%, total 24%. Bursting Palm Comet, plus 5%, new, 5%. Key Surge Control, plus 3%. Karo Deadeye Spiral Shot, plus 5%, total 26%. Focused Key Lineage, plus 3%. Combat Precision Buffer, plus 4%. Zarek Phase Grind Explosion, plus 5%, new, 5%. Adaptive Absorption Control, plus 3% Energy Skin, plus 3% Power Level Gains, Post-Echo Combat Daiko, plus 926,700 Karo, plus 825,800 Zarek. Plus 825,000 as the spiral nexus stabilized around them. Daiko held the Flameheart core tight in his palm. Every room, every gate, it's like the world itself is forcing us to evolve. Karo adjusted his brace. Then let's keep evolving. If this place is testing us, we'll break the scale. Zarek grinned, his aura sparking with renewed control. Let's see what's next, deeper still. Chapter 53, Core of Convergence Location, Lower Spiral Nexus, Dimensional Cradle Zone Hazard. Convergence Overlap, Random Time Loops and Power Echoes Combat Modifier. Enemies can reappear once defeated unless sealed properly. Current ages Daiko, 16 Karo, 17 Zarek, 20 power levels Daiko, 26,700 Karo, 25,800 Zarek, 25,000. The three warriors pass through the stabilizing energy field, the Flameheart core casting a steady pulse of warmth around them. Below their feet, the terrain shifted into crystalline structures, half-formed echoes of planets, time shards floating like frozen memories. Feels like we're standing inside a thought, Karo whispered. Not a thought, Zarek corrected, eyes narrowing. A convergence. Memories, timelines, and battles collapsed into one place. Daiko paused. The gravity here was different. Heavy, but not physical, spiritual. Something beneath the surface pulled at him, calling. System notification: you have entered the Dimensional Cradle status, Dimensional Echo threat active. Warning, enemies here can reform via Time Echo unless defeated using a Convergence Burst or Soul Seal Strike. Echo Guardian encounter, Nexus Wardens. From the shimmer of the shifting plane, three figures emerged. Not reflections. Not illusions. They were warriors, once legendary, long erased from time, now revived as Echo Wardens to protect the heart of Convergence. Warden number 1. Argo the Bladestar, Ancient Scion General, power level, 28,000. Warden number 2, Kirill of the Void Flames, unknown species, power level, 27,000. Warden number 3, Juno the Spirit Fong, beast hybrid, power level, 26,500. Battle phase initiated, Triad Clash. Zarek wasted no time, locking horns with Kirill. Flame-laced energy fists clashed midair, exploding into crimson bursts. Your ki burns, like death itself, Zarek growled. Kirill grinned with cracked lips. I burn because I've died before. Karo focused on Juno, whose body flickered with spectral movement. The beast woman lunged, clawed arms moving faster than Karo could track. But as Cerealian, I caught the momentary time lags. He slid under a lunge and fired a Deadeye spiral shot, enhanced with ki stabilizer, barely grazing her ribs. Daiko faced Argo alone. The Scion General fought like a primal storm, unrelenting, brutal, precise. Daiko struggled under the sheer pressure. Argo's strikes reverberated with ancestral weight, each hit pulling memories to the surface. Your instincts are fractured, Argo spat. You carry the soul of a Scion, but the heart of an Earthling. Daiko's aura flared violently. Then I'll become something neither of you ever expected. He activated Surge Limit X2, a flickering red glow enveloping him like an afterimage. His punches carried delay force, smashing Argo into a convergence crack. Daiko followed with Bursting Palm Comet, but Argo tanked it and slammed back with Planet Ripper Barrage, forcing Daiko into the crystalline wall. Karo, meanwhile, had locked Juno into a standoff. His lineage focus technique allowed him to fire multiple trajectory-shifted blasts, slowly pinning her into a loop. At the final second, he released a trispiral flash, sealing her in a blast of flickering white and sealing light. Zarek, now burning with dark purple aura, used Majin Warp Quake to drag Kirill into a sudden dimensional tear, then crushed him inside a zero-axis explosion, fusing his Majin Ki with temporal suppression. Daiko met Argo again, breathing hard but steady. Their fists clashed once more, and Daiko drove a sealing starhammer fist straight into Argo's core, screaming, "End this echo!" The air snapped. Time shivered. The echoes collapsed, dissolving into streams of light. System notification. Dimensional echoes sealed successfully. Path to convergence chamber unlocked. Energy unification potential increased. Skill progression summary: Daiko Surge Limit X2, plus 4% Bursting Palm Comet, plus 5% Sealing Star Hammer Fist, plus 8%, Major Battle Bonus, Ki Control, Advanced. Plus 3% Karo Deadeye Spiral Shot, plus 5% Lineage Focus Technique, plus 4% Tri-Spiral Flash, plus 8% Combat Precision, plus 3% Zarek Majin Warp Quake, plus 5% Zero-Axis Explosion, plus 8% Adaptive Ki Suppression, plus 4% Power Level Gains, Post-Warden Battle Daiko, plus 1,328,000 Karo, plus 1,250 27,050 Zarek, plus 1,226,200 as the team passed through the now quiet battlefield. The spiral core pulsed in the distance like a living heart. Daiko glanced back. We've passed battles of reflection, memory, and death. Karo tightened his gloves. And what's next? Zarek smirked. Whatever it is, it better hit hard. Ahead of them, the convergence chamber shimmered, awaiting their entry. Chapter 54, Chamber of Spiral Rebirth. Location, Convergence Chamber, Nexus of Echoed Realities. Zone traits. Spiritual compression, enhanced soul key feedback, no external escape. Ages: Daiko, 16 Karo, 17 Zarek, 20 current power levels. Daiko, 28,000 Karo, 27,050 Zarek, 26,200. The air shimmered with fragments of time, like petals caught in a cosmic breeze. The convergence chamber wasn't just a place, it was a compression of all that had been and all that could be. Reflected across the curved crystal walls were echoes of the three warriors. Past versions, future potentials, even forms they had never seen before. At the center of the chamber pulsed a floating core of translucent light radiating warmth and unrefined chaos. Surrounding it, 6 soul anchors floated in a perfect circle, glowing with different hues: red, silver, violet, green, gold, and deep azure. System notification: initiating spiral rebirth trial. Objective: harmonize with one anchor and survive the rebirth surge. Warning: failure results in permanent soul fracture. Daiko stepped forward first. The silver anchor responded to his presence. Images flickered in its light: Goku, Bardock, Broly, and himself, eyes wild with golden flame. The light surged toward his chest, forcing him to his knees. Karo approached next. The green anchor hummed like a heartbeat, pulling strands of cerulean precision and scion aggression into a spiraling lattice of energy. He grunted, arms shaking, but didn't falter. Zarek raised an eyebrow at the violet anchor. It pulsed ominously, Majin chaos mixed with scion battle hunger. Figures, he muttered. Let's do this. Phase 1, internal confrontation within Daiko's mindscape. He stood atop a burning field of countless defeated versions of himself, each one representing a failure, a misstep, a weakness. From across the field walked a version of him with golden eyes, no pupils, and a battle-hardened stare. You'll never escape the burden of potential, it said. You'll just keep crawling toward strength, never enough. I don't need to escape it, Daiko replied, cracking his knuckles. I'll embrace it. The two charged, and the clash of fists was so great it echoed outside the mindscape, briefly shattering one of the soul anchors. Karo, meanwhile, was in a field of green light, surrounded by his cerulean ancestors, snipers, hunters, warriors. They all looked at him with disdain. You blend bloodlines. You've polluted the legacy. I've evolved it, Karo growled. His body burned with dual streams of keyed blue and emerald. You don't have to understand. Just watch. In Zarek's space, there was no scenery, only chaos. Swirls of Majin influence warped the fabric of space. He faced a version of himself who was pure chaos, no restraint, no control, just raw destruction. You're scared to let go, it mocked. You think you need rules. Zarek laughed, drawing on his inner restraint like an anchor. Nah. I don't need rules. I just choose to be better than what I was made to be. Phase 2, external manifestation. Back in the convergence chamber, the light surged from the anchors, wrapping the trio in massive spirals of energy. System notification: spiral rebirth accepted. Unlocking, soul key evolution matrix. Golden flames danced over Daiko's body as a new form surged within him, not super scion, but primal surge state. A glowing aura where the key flickered between red and white. His body felt weightless, but dense with power. Karo's energy took on a crystalline lattice pattern, echoing his cerulean lineage. His key lines became visible over his skin, and his eyes shimmered with a sharp focus glow. This wasn't transformation, it was refinement. Zarek's body pulsed with a rhythm like a second heartbeat, his aura gaining fractal extensions of pure, harmonic chaos. He had achieved a controlled Majin resonance, stabilizing the tempest within him without suppressing it. New techniques gained. Daiko primal surge state, boosts speed and power temporarily, slightly strains stamina. Echo Barrage uses delayed after images as physical attacks. Karo Precision Zone locks enemy movements into a predictive flow for 5 seconds. Energy Lattice Net, a trap-based key field that slows enemies. Zarek Spiral Bloom Pulse, OE Burst that can suppress enemy key abilities for 10 seconds. Chaos Echo Step, untraceable movement for a short burst. Post-rebirth power level. Increased Daiko, plus 2,000 30,000 Karo, plus 1,828,850 Zarek, plus 1,727,900. As the lights died down and the chamber stabilized, the floating core dimmed and broke into 6 fragments, dispersing into the void. Daiko stood slowly. That wasn't just power. That was understanding. Karo smirked. Then we'd better use it before it fades. Zarek cracked his neck. Don't worry. I plan to. Ahead of them, a fissure opened, leading downward again. The underworld wasn't done with them.